stand with one shoulder to the wall. You can make a split stance with your legs, 1 foot forward, like a foot and the other foot back. And what you don't want to do is to be rotating your torso. So we want to keep the torso nice and squared off to the wall in front of us and just isolate from the shoulder joint. So you're going to take your arm to the wall, your palm is going to be facing the center of the room. And just first of all, just stand with your core stacked. So just a little reminder, we've got our pubic bone, we've got the xiphoid process, just the tip of the breastbone there, that bony part. And then we stack those two bones one on top of each other. So we have a nice cylinder in our torso and our pelvis. So palm faces the room. I'm going to draw a circle. When I come to 12 o'clock, I'm going to flip my palm onto the wall and then come back down the other side. That's kind of like the hard part there. And then I'm going to come back and up. And when I come to 12 o'clock, I'm going to bring my arm down. So let's just do that a couple of times. So we'll do this about 10 times on each side, and just you're connecting with the movement of the top of the humerus bone in the joint socket. So palm facing the center of the room, core stacked. Keep that core, the torso and pelvis still, and then up 12 o'clock, flip the palm, and then come down the other side, and then back and up. Flip the palm and down, and then just keep going. So up, flip, and down, and back. So the palm is facing the center of the room. Palm faces the wall midway. And then back. I think that was like 4. So, just work in your own time. And if you have to go a little slower, that's fine. Connect with your breath. About 4 more. And try to reach the fingers, the arm, as much as you can. Make those circles as big as you can, keeping your elbows straight so that you're moving from the shoulder and not compensating with another part of your body. Let's do 3 more on this side. And then one last one here. And release. And then we'll just turn around and do the other side. You can make a little split stance with your legs. So your pelvis, your torso are facing squared off forward. And we stack the pubic bone and xiphoid process one on top of the other. So you should feel your core, your abs engage to hold your bones in that kind of level position. All right, back of hand to wall. We lift, flip the palm to the wall at 12 o'clock, come down through the other side, and then back and up, flip the palm back to the center of the room at 12 o'clock and back, and then just keep going. Try to keep your core stacked, and the only thing that's moving essentially is the arm from the shoulder joint. About 5 more. About 2 more. And then one last one. And release. Good. So now we're going to do a thoracic spine extension. So you're going to put your hands on the wall. I'm just going to put mine on the door. Good. I think you can see that. So hands at shoulder width apart. And you're going to make like an L shape with your body. And then you're going to keep your arms straight and reach the breastbone or the thoracic spine down towards the floor, any amount through the arms, and then just come back up. And we'll do that 10 times. So you're not going to hold it. You're just going to hold for a breath or two, and then up. So we'll call this 3. Or again, feel free to just be working in your own timing. 5, again, keeping the core engaged. 6, extending the thoracic spine. 7, connecting with the relationship between your spine and your shoulders. 8, 9, and 10. Good. Okay. So now we're going to come down on the ground and work with the thoracic spine, but we're going to rotate it. So we're going to come onto all fours. If you need a little padding under your knees, if you're on a hard floor, feel free to grab that. So yeah, let's do some rotations. We're going to be on all fours. And then, just stack your core. Take your right hand to the back of your head. And then bring that right elbow down to the left wrist. And then that right elbow up to the ceiling. And use your gaze. Look up beyond the elbow to the ceiling. And then just moving back and forth about 10 times here. So now we rotate the spine, the upper spine, or the mid spine really. So the thoracic spine is pretty much where your ribs are, where your rib cage is. It just kind of runs in the center there. And remember to use your breath. Just breathe in a way that you need to, not holding your breath. Try not to also breathe in through the mouth. So you can exhale through the mouth, but really try to breathe in through your nose. Let's just do about 3 more. I've lost count. Good. And we'll just finish up there. And then I'm just going to turn around for the camera, but you just do the other side. So left hand to the back of the head, left elbow to right wrist, and then left elbow and the gaze up to the ceiling. About 5 more. And just finish up one last one. Good. And we're going to release that. Okay, let's come into downward dog, and you can substitute your downward dog with a child's pose with the arms stretched forward. We'll just do a downward dog, and then we'll just do some reaches. So find your downward dog, and then from downward dog, take your right hand and reach as far as you can, whether it's the shin or maybe the outer heel, the outer ankle, stabilizing the left shoulders. You're just gonna kind of tap here, bring the right hand back, left hand reach, 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 tap, and back, and just go back and forth. So really trying to reach as far as you can, and at the same time, stabilizing the shoulder, the arm, or the hand that's on the floor. Just a few more times here. And then just one more time on each side. So just introducing a little bit of weight bearing in that shoulder and preparing it to lift. And then we'll just put both hands down and take 2 or 3 breaths in downward dog. And then release and bring the knees down. Okay, so now we're going to work with the wall again, and we're going to work with the mini band. We're going to work quite a bit. So we're going to work the rotator cuff, the serratus anterior muscles. So rotator cuff muscles, we have 4 of them. They're at the back and the kind of front of the shoulder blade. And the serratus anterior, if just kind of here below your armpit, like right in here is where I want you to feel it. They call it the superhero muscle because when you develop it, you create like this V-shaped kind of torso, like a superhero. So you're going to put your band just around your hands like that. And in a moment, I'm going to turn my back to you, but you're going to start with your arms in this kind of 90-degree angle shape. And we start by doing a shoulder external rotation. So there's a part of our rotator cuff muscles. And then we're going to walk our hands up the wall until our arms are fully extended and walk back down. And you want to keep that external rotation. When you come down to the bottom, then you can release. So we're walking on the outer blades of our hands. And you'll probably get like maybe 6 walks up the wall. This is a lot harder than it looks. So just as we go through, we'll do this about 6 times. We'll see how that goes, maybe 8. And just do the best you can and take a break if it's burning too much. So you're going to face the wall and now stretch that band apart. So you're in external rotation, and then keep that band stretched as you walk up all the way, reach, 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 and then walk down. Keep that band stretched. And then you can just release at the bottom. And then external rotation, walk up. And again, you may just be in your own timing here, but just do the gist of the exercise. Keep that band stretched as you come down, and then release. We'll call this 3. Then we walk, 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 and down. And then 4, external rotation, walking, and down. And release, 5, stretch the band. And down. And release, and 6, so external rotation, and walking up. We'll do 8. Down. Good, 2 more, so external rotation, walking up, and down. And release, and then 1 more, so pull it apart, and then walk up. And down. Keep pulling the band apart as you walk down. and then just release. Let's just take a little break here. We're gonna do that 2 more times. So we'll take a little 30-second break. So the intensity of this exercise will depend also on which band you choose. So you probably, when you bought your bands, you had a series of them from easy to really hard. And so if it's too easy for you, then grab your tighter band. All right, just about 10 more seconds. So you can just put the band back on your hands and then come to the wall. All right, so here we go for our second set. So we pull apart and we walk until the arms are extended overhead, and we keep pulling apart as we come back down, as we walk down. And then finally just release for a moment and then pull apart. Walk and walk down. And for 3, walking up. And release, and 4. Use your breath. And 5. And release, and 6, pull apart. And release, and pull apart 7. And release, and pull apart 8, walking up. And walking down. And release, good. Again, just take about 30 seconds. We'll do that one last time. So really important to strengthen the rotator cuff muscles, the deeper underlying shoulder muscles before we work the deltoid muscles, which is like the cap of the shoulder here, just to really prevent injury and to be strong from a deeper foundation, just like you want to strengthen your inner hip muscles as well as your glute muscles and leg muscles. Hip flexor muscles, which we did on Monday, you probably remember, with those hurdles. All right, so just about 10 more seconds and we'll do this one more time. And then you're going to start to put your band on your hands, come to the wall, take a deep cleansing breath, and then pull that band apart and walk up. Keep pulling apart as you walk your hands down. And release, and then pull apart. 2. And down. Release, and 3. And down. And release at the bottom, pull apart 4. And down. And release, pull apart 5, walking up. And down. And release, pull apart 6. Keep pulling that band apart as you go up and down. And release, and pull apart 7. And down. And And release, last one, pull apart, walk up. And down. And release, good. All right, so you can put that band to the side. And now you're gonna grab a light to moderate weight for your rear delts. So the back of your shoulder, which is a small muscle. And we're going to do some rear delt flies, but we're gonna do that lying down on the ground. So we're gonna be lying on our side. And we're going to do about 15 of these. It's a high rep. And so we're working the back of the shoulder of the deltoid. So now we're up into that shoulder cap. And you can probably just lie your head on your arm or put a pillow there. And then we'll have the arm extended at shoulder height. So not up here or down there, just right out in front of your shoulder. And then you're going to lift your weight up and just come to the line of your body. So don't swing the arm back too far. So you're just at the line of the side of your torso and down. So very simple movement up and down. And then just really focusing on the back of your shoulder. And we'll do 3 sets of 15 on each side. So just start with a weight you think you can handle, and then you can always grab a heavier weight if you need to. And then we'll just try not to rock the body back and forth, so keep it still. You can bend your knees if you want to, and still stack your core. So stack your pubic bone and your xiphoid process like you're zipping the two together in a level line. All right, here we go. 1, slowly lower, don't swing. 2, feel like you're lifting from the back of your shoulder. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. Good. And we come to the other side. And then just stack everything. Your core, arm out in front of your shoulder. Here we go. 1, back of the shoulder. 2, resist gravity on the way down. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and release. Good. So we'll just take like a mini break, not even a long break. Just really maybe the amount of time it takes to switch around to the other side. Because that arm was kind of resting while we were doing the first side. So stacking everything. And here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. We go to the other side. And then stack the core, keep the torso still. Here we go, back of the shoulder. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. Good. So just take a little moment. We'll do that one last time on each side. And just set up on your first side again. And just stack your core and brace your core, of course. And then get your weight. And here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. Good. All right. Last time on the last side. And so we just, all right, extend the arm, brace the core, back of the shoulder as if that were lifting the weight for you. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. Good. Okay. So now grab a little sip of water if you need it. We're going to move into some ab work. And yep, so it's actually pretty simple. So no props needed. I'm going to start with some straight leg crunches. And so we're going to be lying on our back with our legs straight and our hands behind our head, and put some energy into your legs so they're nice and extended, and start by hollowing out the abdomen and squeezing and lifting the pelvic floor muscles and interlacing your hands behind your head. And as we crunch up, remember that we're moving from the front ribs. So it's like the front ribs are reaching down towards the abdomen, not the head and not the neck. So just relax your head into your hands. We're going to do 30 crunches. Here we go. 1, you can look at the ceiling. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 10 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 30. Good. So just take a breath. So we're basically going to do the same thing, but we're going to work our oblique muscle. So we're still going to have this extended leg position, but this time we're going to reach from side to side. So as you're reaching, like reaching your right elbow towards the left, keep your pelvis level. So don't let your right hip come up when you do that. And then same thing, left elbow towards the right as you rotate in the spine and the waist, and then come back, but we keep the legs and the pelvis completely level and still. All right, and again, think about working from the ribs, like you're coming up from those rib muscles or muscles around your ribs, rather than pushing your head forward or anything like that. So really try to just relax your head back into your hands. Let's try about 30 of these. All right, here we go. Let's go right elbow towards the left. 1, and left to right. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 30. All right, so now we're going to kind of put all of this together. Actually, well, we're going to do some bicycles, so it's going to be similar, but now we're going to add the legs. So again, the same thing. You do not want your pelvis to be rocking around as we move the legs, and we're going to be rotating, doing the same thing we just did with the upper body. So put the soles of your feet on the floor for a moment, and then just hollow out your abdomen, squeeze and lift your pelvic floor, and then float your shin bones towards the ceiling. And then from here, we'll lift the upper body, the head and shoulders, and then right elbow towards left knee as the right leg extends. You come back, left elbow towards right knee as the left leg extends, and back. And then just keep going for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 30. And just relax for a second or two. So yeah, you can just grab a little drink of water. We're gonna move into working our deltoid muscles. So now we're really gonna work those shoulder caps. And you want 2 dumbbells, and you want those dumbbells to be nice and heavy. So this is where you want to bring out your heavy weights. As I'm teaching, I'm going to be demonstrating with light weights just so I lessen the wear and tear on my body. I might even just be miming the weights, but when I do this, and not that you should be doing what I'm doing, I'm just kind of giving you a little bit of a gauge. I will do this with about 25 to 30 pound dumbbells each. So just make sure you're in a range that is really challenging you. When we do this exercise, a way I like to do it is this is like a gymnastic strength training exercise, is to sit in with your legs straight like this and legs together. We're going to do a Z press where we're just lifting those weights overhead and then coming back, but maintaining this core connection and your legs out in front of you. If it's too hard to sit on the floor like that, just sit in a chair. It's totally fine. But if you're in the chair, don't lean towards the back of the chair. Just sit with your core connection on the front seat of the chair, so your back won't be touching the chair. All right, we're going to do 4 sets of 10. And I'll just show you with my heavy weights for a little demo. And then I'm probably just going to mime this. So wherever you're sitting, stack up. So no breaking the spine. Now we want to really support our spine. We're going to start, let me just face you. We're going to start with our elbows in this position. So you want to be able to see your elbows in your peripheral vision. They're not too far back. And we're just going to press up, straighten those arms all the way, and then come back and up and back. Okay, so do that 10 times, and you want the weight to be nice and heavy for you, whatever that means to you. So come to your seated position, whether it's the chair or the floor. Either way, you want to sit in front of your tailbone, not back on your tailbone, and you don't want to do any kind of rounding in your spine. So stack your core, take your weights, and then come to your start position here. All right, here we go. Up for 1, nice and controlled lower. 2, feel your core. 3, 4, working the caps of the shoulders, all sides. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And then you carefully put those weights down. And we're just going to take a little rest. So if for whatever reason you don't have heavy weights, something I do sometimes is I hold 2 weights in like one hand like this. And this could also, I mean, if you're doing the recording, you could do this single arm if you just don't have enough weights to go around for whatever reason. Or just put 2 weights in both hands. And that helps work your grip strength too. All right, let's do our second set. Come to your start position and stack your core. Bring your arms and your weights up. And here we go. 1, 2, full extension with the arms. 3, feeling those caps of your shoulders. 4, the deltoids. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And we lower and release. Just take a few moments. We'll do that twice more. So this is what we're working right here. And earlier when we were on the floor, we worked the back of the deltoid muscle. Now this, when we do this overhead press, it works all sides, front, side, and back. Okay, let's come back to our start position. Brace your core, grab your weights, come to your start position. Here we go. Up and down for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You should be able to see your elbows in your peripheral vision. 8, 9. Maintain your core connection as the arms go up. And 10. And then we carefully put those weights down. We take a few moments, and then we're going to do that one more time. All right, let's come back to our start position. So stacking our ribs on top of our pelvis, our ears on top of our shoulders. Grab the weights, come to your start position. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10, and release. Take 30 seconds and grab a drink of water. We're gonna stand. You could actually still sit for this if you really wanted to in a chair. You just have to be able to bring your arms down by your side, so you couldn't sit on the floor. But let's do the lateral deltoid complex, which I love because it's just has so many different aspects going on at the same time. So now we're working our lateral deltoid, which is the side of the shoulder. And we're going to be working like a little bit of endurance as well as the hypertrophy, like the muscle, making the muscle bigger. And again, I'm just demonstrating with little light weights here, but you guys, use weights that challenge you. We want to stack our core. And then here we're going to start with our arms out to the side. And you want to kind of lead from the baby finger side of your hand. Sometimes the camera doesn't show that very well. I just don't want you doing this. I want you to do this. And again, you want your hands in your peripheral vision, not way out to the side. Okay, so we start here. We're going to go up and down with the right arm 8 times. And then up and down with the left arm 8 times. And then both arms 8 times. Okay. And when you come down, just don't come down all the way. Make a little space between your hand and your body so that you're always using that muscle. And again, when you take your arms up, feel like you're punching your dumbbells out to the side walls. Okay. And I'll talk you through it, of course. So let's grab a couple of weights, probably what you used for your rear delts. Now we're breaking up the deltoid a little bit. Stack the core, and let's take the arms out. Lead with the baby fingers, and right arm down and up for 1. No swinging. 2, if you're swinging, your weights are probably too light. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and left arm. 1, reach out to the side wall. 2, 3 with both dumbbells. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, both arms. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And let's put those dumbbells down and rest for a moment. So even though I was demonstrating with really light weights, for me, I would not do that normally, but I can really still feel it. It's quite a demanding exercise. Very good. So just take a few moments. We'll do that 2 more times. All right, so just about 10 more seconds. So let's get ready to go again and just find the weights that you want to use. Stack your core. Bring your mind's eye to the side of your shoulders. And here we go. Arms out, right arm. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Left arm. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Both arms. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and release. Good. All right, little break. One last time. So hopefully you're feeling some blood flow into the shoulder joint and the muscles. And as we know, whenever we can get blood flow in our body, we're healing our body. We're like regenerating our bodies. Blood flow is really important. And so that's why I love that aspect of strength training. All right, 10 more seconds. Okay, let's come back to our start position. Stacking through the core. And let's take the arms out. Right arm. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Both. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and release. Good. All right, just take a few moments. We're going to move on to our biceps now. And I want to get some bicep 21s in just because we're a little low on time, and it's just a good exercise that really gets all a lot of the bicep in. So basically 2 dumbbells in your hands, your palms are going to be facing away from your body. For 7 times, you're going to come halfway up, just to there. And we'll hold there, and 7 times the top half. And then extend all the way, and then 7 times all the way up, all the way down. Okay, and we'll try to do that 3 times. So grab a pair of dumbbells for your biceps. I'll just turn to the side. So we want to keep the elbows still, so don't swing your elbows around. We're just keeping everything still but hinging from the elbows. So here we go, bottom half. 1, 2, 3, 4, keep your core stacked. 5, 6, 7. Okay, and hold up here, and let's go top half. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Uncurl all the way and curl up. 1, all the way down. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Good. Put your weights down. Take a little break. We'll do that again. So just about 15 seconds. All right, so grab the weights you want to use. Let's come to our start position. Stacking your core, palms facing away from your body. Here we go. 1, halfway. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Hold it up, top half. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Uncurl all the way up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. And we release. We'll do that one more time. So again, take 30 seconds. Biceps attached to the shoulders, so that's why I like to do them both in one day or one session. All right, it's time to do this final set here. So let's grab our weights and here we go. So bottom half, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Hold it up, top half. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Uncurl all the way up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And release. Good. We're going to stretch out at the wall. We're going to start since we're standing. So you're going to take your right arm to the wall at shoulder height with the palm of the hand on the wall. Stand nice and close to the wall, and then just peel your torso, your head, towards the center of the room. And just breathe here. So that right arm is straight, or the elbow is straight. Breathing. And so if the hand right now is at about like 3 o'clock, let's now bring the arm up to 1 o'clock. Reach the fingers to the ceiling. And then again, take the right side ribs and just any amount, peeling them in towards the center of the room. And now let's bring the hand right up to 12 o'clock. And then reach your ribs and your hand up the wall. Again, you're kind of curling towards the center of the room and really opening up through the ribs and the armpit. And then release, and then we'll bring our left hand to 9 o'clock. Standing close to the wall, peeling the left side ribs in towards the center of the room. And then taking that left hand up to around 11 o'clock, peeling the left side ribs towards the center of the room. And then taking that hand to 12 o'clock, reach up to the ceiling, open up through the left side ribs, and again, kind of peeling in towards the center of the room. And then just release your arms. Take one hand to your heart, one to the low belly, like about 2 inches below your navel. And just take a moment to ground inside. All right, so we're complete.